Hello Mr. Durai, hello Mr. Dharanidhar. Welcome to BFSI Insight Summit. Can you tell us a little bit about Inspirysys product Komply360?
No, before me telling about Inspirysys product compliance 360 degree, I would like to talk about Inspirysys itself. It is a company, listed company in India, owned by CSE Holding Japan. And before we are focused on infrastructure services and the banking software business actually. Our banking software business journey started 30 years ago when we launched the GBM, Government Business Module, initially for 4 products of post office schemes like pension, tax collection and senior citizen savings scheme, etc. And it was marketed in India in several banks at that time. And over 30 years it has now grown into a big enterprise class product, which is contributing to the government of India budgetary provision numbers in terms of both revenue collection as well as expenditure accounting actually. That's the power of the product now. As our journey continued in banking, we thought of creating new products, and born is the Komply360 product. What it is it's a based on regulatory compliance guidelines issued by RBI. Every bank is supposed to have one holistic enterprise class product for regulatory compliance, monitoring and reporting. Now that system should have everything right from the time regulatory guidelines is posted in the RBI portal. It is taken into the processing inside the bank system, and it is processed through workflow by several stakeholders who are involved in the compliance management, and ultimately when it is closed to that it is fully complied up to that last end. That is, we call it as a straight through processing from the portal, regulatory portal to regulatory responding units. Actually, it's an end-to-end system, and the beauty is that it can be monitored anytime. It has got a digital AI. The AI is doing automatic scrapping of the circular from the portal. 24/7 it is doing, and it is bringing every new circulars as well as the past circulars and bringing into the banking staff who can take it, and while bringing it itself, it is splitting into multiple small compliable, easily understandable obligations by the bank staff, and these obligations are routed by the departmental head or CCO to branches and offices and asking them to comply, and at the time of compliance they can attach a proof of evidence for compliance. So auditor, when he comes later and he looks for the auditing, at the time of auditing whether a compliance has been done, a proof of evidence is automatically available in the system, and the status of every compliance is updated in a dashboard which is viewed by the top executives of the bank anytime, anywhere, any device, meaning he can view it from mobile even while traveling outside the office. So this is the power of the product, and it is an end-to-end enterprise class product.
So what real life use cases can you give for the product currently? What real life use cases are there for the product currently?
Can you like to answer that?
Yeah. It's quite an interesting question actually. So we are glad that we are launching the product today, and since yesterday we are seeing a lot of fractions in our counter because a lot of NBFCs, mutual fund companies and financial institutions and inquiring upon the product because they see the real pain in fulfilling the RBI regulations. There are a lot of regulations authorities like SEBI, NSDL, PFRDA, RBI. A lot of circulars coming in quite frequently because we are an emerging country basically, right? So we are almost like a third biggest economy in the world. So the adherence to the government compliance is quite significant. That's very, very important to all the financial institutions. So that's one of the reasons this particular product is so significant to all the financial institutions. Let me just give you a couple of use cases. Number one, just imagine there is a credit card issuance. If a RBI circular is circulating a new checklist to be fulfilled by each and every bank before they issue a card. So how quickly you make this compliance fulfilled is very, very important to ensure that your business continuity. If you're delaying these compliances, that you can no longer issue the cards, so you're losing the business. Number two, from the branch aspect, just imagine it's a simple locker facility. So there are a lot of it's not a standardization process across the branch in how a customer can access a locker. Just imagine there is a logbook, there is a lot of details before they actually access to the locker. And you have seen in some of the news recently, like, a customer who just went into the locker room in the Friday evening, got engrossed into some of the property documents. She did not step out, and eventually what happened, the branch managers just closed the door and went out. The next Saturday happens to be a holiday, and she's got stuck in that locker room for almost 2 days, actually 3 days, without water, sleep and food. Just imagine, just very simple thing is, you don't have a logbook with an additional column as sign out time. So the branch doesn't even realize there is a sign out happened actually. The customer is still inside the locker room. So this is a standardization. The RBI is already sending the circulars to all the branches to ensure all the lockers, audit logbook should be in a standardized form. A customer details, what time she logged in, he logged in, what time he logged or she logged out from the locker room. If that particular standard is not established, there's going to be huge risk. So this is very simple. So what happens is, like, in this system, the branch supposed to scan that logbook and attach that as a response in the regulatory management system. So the chief compliance officers will ensure, okay, they are following the proper process in the locker management. If this is failed, there is a lot of risk involved. So this is what the evidence-based response system, basically. So without that evidence, then the compliance officers will simply reject, you are not complying to the RBI rules. So there are a lot of use cases. This is so important that because this application just not only just ensures that compliances are in line, but also ensures there is a proper audit-ready repository. So tomorrow, even internal audit or external audit doesn't even have to step out. They just by logging into our system can completely take stock of all the compliances circulars and ensure that a lot of sufficient evidence are being attached to it, so that they don't have to shuttling between the department to gather all the information. They can just sign off the audit report just by looking at our dashboard, and they just step out the app.
One very live case, we had a walk-in. It's the largest capital market player, and that person was explaining that the biggest problem, that what problem we are solving, that was the question. The biggest problem is that all the SEBI guidelines which are coming now, earlier they were very few, now it is coming in loads actually. Multiple departments in the capital market operate that player, they are handling it, and each one following their own processes of follow-up and monitoring and reporting, and there is no uniformity, and nobody can have a single view of what everyone is doing and what is the status of any guideline at the responding unit level. They have no clue. Now she says that this is the product we were looking for, where we can bring everything into one platform and also monitor it minute by minute actually. And that person was very happy that I will take it to the next level. So this is actually the problem. The silo approach currently available in the regulatory monitoring in various banks, all unified into one single platform, and the one single platform is end-to-end and also real-time.
Right. It really looks like you are there to organize the regulatory market now. What sets you apart from the competitors? What sets you apart from your competitors?
Okay. To my knowledge, I have scanned the competitive environment, and it started by one player known to us, who was only providing the regulatory compliance as a package. So his role is that he has put some bankers, he used to download all the RBI circular, make it in digital form, and he was supplying to the bank. That is, it's a package. And there are players who are only focused on regulatory reporting to RBI. That means all the RBI reports to be sent periodically to RBI, and he was creating a package. Nobody thought that the entire gamut of regulations, what we are different from other is that it is a generic product. You can set up multiple regulators, not only RBI, and each regulator has got multiple departments. You can set up multiple departments, and each department is sending multiple communications, so you can capture the multiple communications, and these multiple communications are split into obligations by AI. That is our Akshaya Jai, we have named it as Aksh, and it is doing that obligation. Why obligation? Because it is arranged in a simple, understandable English in serial number. then an expert, that banking expert, reviewing it, whether it is correct. And then it is taken for downstream processing. From the time it is uploaded into my system, down the line it reaches the responding unit, which may be a branch or office. We call it as a downstream processing. It has got due date, it has got priority, it has got risk factor, everything is set and then it is downloaded to the branch. And when the branch is responding, we call it as an upstream reporting. Now when the branch responds, our status board updates and it is live, real-time basis. Now at the end of the day, every day, you know exactly, I told it is a M into N matrix,
Yeah.
This M into N matrix, what is the current status? At 10 o'clock in the morning, you will know exactly 10 o'clock in the morning. How it helps the CCO? He can go into a report and he can download any complaints obligation, what is the status at that point in time. He can download, sign it digitally and send it to the regulatory authority's mail ID. That is the power of the product.
Yeah, to add on to your question actually.
Yeah.
So we love to see a lot of competition in the market because competition is good for the entire economy itself. If you're not having any competition, I don't think a product company can move to the next level. So that's one of the reasons, like one of our product government business solutions is moving the entire economy right now by contributing almost more than 30
Exactly.
to 40% of the government revenue through our system. So this never been have happened if we don't have competition. So competition is good, and especially because we wanted to be an emerging country, we must have a lot of competitions to take the product to the next level.
This is such a positive outlook, and also to look at technology actually solving problems rather than complicating jobs for people. So thank you so much guys for your time, and
Thank
hope we see you next year again.
Thank you for your questions. We were very happy to answer your questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.